Hi, everybody. This is Carrie Hamblen, the CEO and President of the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce. And we are back again with our Zoom chats that we are talking with local business owners and businesses and learning what they're doing during this time of COVID and ways that we can support them. And today we have the founder, originator, mistress of the Namaste, Colleen Boyd from Downtown Desert Yoga. How are you doing today, Colleen?
I'm doing well, thank you. So
Good.
happy to be chatting with you.
I'm so glad that you're here. So how did COVID and the pandemic affect your business?
Shut us down. Kind of. You know, this is my story. What I like to share with people is, you know, I've been talking about doing things online for quite a while. And as I jokingly said, nothing like having the fire lit under your arse to get up of it.
Right, right.
So we did, like we just whipped into action and kind of explored on the fly a few different platforms and very quickly determined that Zoom was our go-to, and we set that up and we got with our instructors, and there were a good number of them who were ready, willing, and able to jump in with both feet. And man, what a lifesaver that was. And it's just been remarkable because our students, you know, like this is, I'm not being overly dramatic, like this has been their lifeline.
Yeah. Yeah.
This connection, you know, I started off by saying in the beginning, I heard something on NPR and they were talking about the 3 M's of mental health. And it's movement, mindfulness, so meditation, I think it's actually 4 M's, and meaningful connection.
Right.
And so through this Zoom platform, that's what we can do, is connect.
Right. I think, you know, it's, even though many of us are zoomed out of meetings, it's still a way for us to see people's faces and have as close and safe as connection as possible. And I have to commend you because, you know, my wife, I remember like shortly after I had to walk over her in our study because she's doing Zoom on the floor with her iPad with one of your classes. And that's so smart. And, you know, what the thing is that I've noticed is that, you know, you've talked about that you're thinking about doing this for a long time, but this has really forced businesses to be really creative during this time.
Yeah.
And so you're not able to do any classes in person, so all of your stuff is done online. What have you found, in addition to being able to do Zoom, other ways to connect with your customers and the folks who attend your classes?
Well, we have not yet done any outdoor classes, but we'll get there, you know, just because of the limitations. Bear with me.
That's all right.
Second.
It's a good little product placement of your logo right there.
Because of the limitations that the governor has, you know, even on outdoor gatherings, and the fact that it's just brutally hot right now. That will happen, and it'll be perfect timing. You know, when it starts to cool off a little bit and things are starting to settle down, we're really excited about offering outdoor classes. As a matter of fact, my dad, who you know and knew, and he passed away about 1.5 years ago, and he had drawn up a little outdoor deck at Downtown Desert Yoga, and that is going to come to fruition. So that, again, you know, it's just like timing.
It's going to be Dad's deck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
that's going to be lovely.
Really cool memorial to him.
Yeah. And so with this, you know, you're being really creative with the different classes that you have. And one thing that you've always talked about is that yoga is for everybody. And one way that you're doing this to where people can do this in the safety of their own homes. So if they have to pass gas or grunt or whatever because they're moving and they're moving their body in a healthy way that they're not used to moving, you're offering free classes this weekend.
We are. So let me just back up. I want to say one thing about offering yoga in the comfort of people's homes. And what I want to say about that is, you know, we have this philosophy and this passion of offering yoga to anybody and everybody. And I just have to share a story with you about this, just further sort of solidifying that idea. And my story is that, you know, right after the shutdown, my sister was practicing with us, and she and her husband had escaped up to their cabin, Lake Roberts area. And I actually heard that he was practicing off camera with us. And the next day or two, I don't know, I heard back from my sister, and she said, you know, he said that he really enjoyed that practice, and that, all right, again, flash.
Again, it's all right. My Loom Cube just dropped, so it's.
We're in good company.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, that he didn't have any back pain. And I'm like, that is just a perfect example of, you know, somebody who typically would not come into the studio, and because they have the comfort of their own home. And then we have people from all over the world, like literally, you know, practicing with us from France and London and California and back east. And so it's like we have all of a sudden like 15 different studios because of all of the instructors that we have that are teaching, you know, like, so now we're an international studio.
Right. Oh, you totally bill it that way. You're an international studio. That's fantastic.
Right.
Well, and also, you know, you have people who have been part of your classes and who have had to move away, and this is a great opportunity to reach out to them and get them, you know, because oh my gosh, now they get to have yoga again with you, and what fun for that. And so with this, tell me about the free classes so that we can
so going back to the free classes, it just so happened that we were starting a teacher training. We do this every year. This is the 5th one that we are now offering at the studio, and we were like, okay, can we do this online? Well, I don't know, we're gonna try. And we have, and it's been really successful, and they will all be testing out this weekend. So typically, we would be in the studio and offering free classes for all of them who are offering their practicums. And so we'll just be doing the same thing, but it'll be online.
Wow. And so people can sign up because these student teachers need to have an audience to do their yoga. So this is a great opportunity. If you've been thinking about trying yoga and maybe been embarrassed or just uncomfortable with it, this is a great opportunity to do this from the comfort of your living room or of your bedroom, of your study, and figure out what is good for you. And one of the things I have to say is that, you know, as somebody who you've walked through in doing yoga, it's really just do what you can do. You don't have to try and do a warrior pose in full on style.
Well, and that's not the way they're going to be cueing anyway. You know, our teacher training is very much rooted in optimal movements and has an element of trauma sensitivity to it. So, you know, we're just going to be asking people to do what they can do, and they can have their camera on or their camera off. If they want to be incognito, all the better, you know, like they can come in any way, shape, or form that they want to.
Well, that's very exciting. So are there a number of classes, or just one on Saturday and one on Sunday?
There are a number of classes. We're going to kick it off with hot yoga at 8:30, hot, not hot, with Casey. And then
you can wear sweatpants and do it outside, right? Just drink a lot of water.
Do a group workshop, which will be 2 hours long, and they do that collectively as a group. They kind of tag team. And that one, the theme of it, they decided was based on just how wacky the world is right now, and just trying yoga to sort of mitigate all of the craziness that we have going on right now. So their hashtags are hashtag 2020 and hashtag self-care.
Good. Good.
And then there will be 2 more classes after that on Saturday. And then I believe there are 3 classes on Sunday. That gets started 8:45 a.m. yin yoga. And then 2 more hatha classes after that. So if you go to our schedule on our website, downtowndesertyoga.com, you can register for any class on Saturday or Sunday for free. We are recommending that people could make this into like a little mini yoga retreats.
Ooh.
And the classes are such that it's manageable. You know, if they're not crazy, you know, you wouldn't be overdoing it if you decided that you wanted to do all of them or just a handful of them.
Well, that's fantastic. It's great for your student yogis, and then it's also great for the general public to just try this out if they haven't. And then those folks, I'm pretty sure that my wife will be on the floor on Sunday morning for yin yoga, as I usually see every Sunday morning. So I'll have the website down below, but it's downtowndesertyoga.com. And Colleen, it's always great to see your face. And I'm so glad that you're doing what you're doing, and anything that we can do to help, obviously, we want to be able to do that. But so good to see you, and thank you so much for offering these free classes.
Much appreciated.
All right, everybody, we'll have the link down below, and you'll be able to see the free classes from Downtown Desert Yoga this weekend online.